Welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and I'm here today to talk to you about the top 7 cozy games on the Xbox Game Pass. The first game that I'd like to speak about is Coffee Talk. This is a visual novel with elements of gameplay being mixed in and creating the perfect drink for your customers. I feel like most people already know about Coffee Talk, but you may not know that it's available on Xbox Game Pass. So in this game, you play as the barista, making drinks for all of your customers. There's a range of elements that you can add into each drink and the ability to make latte art as well, which I was really terrible at. It was really hard. We're introduced to a world where all sorts of creatures exist side by side in harmony, or at least mostly. You meet vampires, werewolves, elves and more, and follow several different storylines between all of the characters that you meet. I loved all of the characters that we met in this game. They were all so wholesome and it was really sweet to sit in on so many heart-to-hearts. The lo-fi soundtrack on this game is just amazing for the cozy vibes. There's also the sequel available on Xbox Game Pass, Hibiscus and Butterfly. This came out day one as soon as it was released. I've actually not played the sequel yet, but it's definitely something that I'm going to be getting to soon. The second game that I'm going to talk about is Dordogne. I think it's pronounced that way. It's a French word and a French town in real life. This is a story-based walking sim, almost visual novel-y story where you follow a young girl revisiting her memories of her time with her grandmother in Dordogne. Dordogne. Anyway. This game, you follow the story, she's unlocking all of her memories. You also make these cute little scrapbook pages. You find keywords to kind of unlock more things that you can put into the poem. The art style is just absolutely beautiful. This is another one that was actually on Game Pass day one as soon as it was released. I was really looking forward to the release of this one. I didn't realise it was going to be on Game Pass. I was kind of going to wait for a sale on Switch, but I saw it on Game Pass and started playing it immediately because I was just really hyped for this one. The third game that I want to let you know about is Beacon Pines. So Beacon Pines is a game that I've not really heard many people talk about as a cozy game. There are some elements right at the start of the storyline where the main character's father has passed away and we open the game at the father's grave. So I do think it moves on from that quite quickly, and I'm not necessarily saying that that's like a trigger warning or anything, but it might be kind of upsetting for some people. This game is a visual novel adventure game. It's something that I really enjoyed. I kind of accidentally played this all in one sitting, which I didn't mean to do. I just started playing it and really enjoyed it. The main character is a little deer called Luca, and all of the characters are these sort of little animals, really cutesy, another one with a really great art style. And we are trying to unlock the mystery of the titular town of Beacon Pines. So as you follow through the storyline, it branches off and there's all sorts of different endings that you can unlock. You can't sort of just play this through once, get to the end, and that's it. You really have to explore everything and get as much out of the storyline as you can. As you go through the game, you pick up words, little word cards or charms, and then you use these at various points to unlock those new branches of the story. It works really well, and eventually when you unlock the final and true ending, it's really great. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything as this game has a heavy story focus, but I would highly recommend that you check this one out. The fourth game that I want to speak about is Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now, I feel like this is another one like Coffee Talk that most people already know about. This is a life sim adventure game, but with Disney. To be honest, I've only dipped my toe into this one so far. I've not played a huge amount of it. I'm not really in a life sim mood at the moment, so I've not, played a huge amount of it, but I have seen a lot of people doing these really cute selfies and what people are doing with their farming and things. I've seen a lot of pictures of it over on my Instagram and it looks really good. I think the level of content, the fishing, farming, decoration, the character customization is amazing. If you are a Disney fan and you like games like obviously Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, this is going to be a great one for you to check out if you haven't already. And like I say, I do think that a lot of people already know about this one, so I'm just sort of saying it's on Xbox Game Pass if you didn't know. The next game that I want to flag up is a bit of a curveball. Not really sure if this counts as a cozy game to most people, but it's an RPG called Ni no Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch. Now, this is quite an old game. I originally got it on PS3 and played through quite a hefty chunk of it, but it is available on Xbox Game Pass. We follow the story of Ollie, the main character, and there's two different worlds that he kind of goes between: the real normal world and a magical world that he gets invited to from his cuddly toy, who is actually a fairy that takes him through to this other world where he goes on an adventure to try and save his mother. There's loads of different towns that you get to visit. There's a really good storyline with this RPG. The battle is kind of an action adventure, but you have these little familiars that you send out into the battle. There's kind of a Pokemon-esque vibe to it in terms of collecting all of the characters, but the battle style obviously is not turn-based, so it's slightly different there. The storyline on this is really great. The art style, this is a Studio Ghibli game. It's really beautiful, and I think the cartoon style of it really gives it a timeless quality. So if you are looking to dabble in an RPG, I would definitely recommend checking this one out on the Game Pass. The next game that I'm going to speak about very briefly is Stardew Valley. This is another one that I think most people really already know about. If you are even remotely into cozy gaming and you've not heard of Stardew Valley, where have you been? This is a farming sim with some adventure elements, obviously up in the caves. You are set up with a farm from your grandfather and you just make your farm. There's romance elements. You can marry who you want to. I never really got into that. I think Stardew Valley is just such a great game to play in little chunks or in a big session, because you can just play a couple of days or you can just sit down and just really go for hours out and playing it. But like I say, I think most people already know about Stardew Valley, but it is available on Xbox Game Pass. I've never played this on Game Pass because I already double dipped, having bought it on PlayStation and my Switch. So it's not something that I've played on Game Pass, but I don't want to start a new farm again, but it's there. And the final game I wanted to flag up as being available on Xbox Game Pass, my 7th cozy game, is Unpacking. So this is a puzzle game, I guess. You go through unpacking the main character's life as they go through their life, moving from their childhood bedroom through college dorms, and just as they go through their entire life, there's a sort of implied storyline from where they move to from time to time, and it's just really great. I think it's a really nice little fun puzzly game that you can just sit down and have a little bit of fun with. It's quite short, and it's another one I think a lot of people already know about it, but you may not be aware that it's available on Xbox Game Pass. This is where I actually played this game. It's something that I'd seen people play for years and years and months, and I'd always thought, oh, I really want to get that, but it kind of never got cheap enough on sale for me because I am a bit cheap. But I saw it on Game Pass. I was like, oh wow, finally I can play this really hyped game that I've heard people talk about for years, it felt like. So I finally got on board with Unpacking and I absolutely loved it. And you can too on Xbox Game Pass for free. Well, not free, but it's included within the package. So those are my top 7, strange number, but when I looked through the catalogue, those were the ones that jumped out to me as like the top 7 games on the Xbox Game Pass. If you have seen a game on the Game Pass that you have enjoyed, I mean there's a few others, like there's one called Lapin, I think it's French. It's like a little bunny. There's like garden stories on there, but I've not really played that. There's a few other games that maybe you would rate higher than these 7, or maybe, you've got 3 more that you would have made a top 10. I don't know. I'm just doing 7. I don't know why. Anyway, if you've seen a game on Xbox Game Pass that you think is cozy, or you think not many people talk about, not enough people look into, let me know about it down in the comments. I'm always looking for game recommendations to try things out. There's nothing I like more than starting a new game, whether I finish it or not. Doesn't matter. I love starting new games. It's my favourite thing. But that's all I wanted to share with you today. Just my cozy picks for the Xbox Game Pass. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stay to the end. It really means a lot to me, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Bye!